All right, we're back with Ben Pakulski and Melissa here, and we're getting into the intra-set stretching with him, and we're now moving on over to shoulders. So, Ben, what are we doing over here?
All right, so we're gonna do a shoulder side lateral raise, and we choose to use a cable because if you're doing a dumbbell and you stretch at the bottom, there's not actually gonna be any tension on your delt, it's gonna be on your trap. So by doing a cable, it allows the force to be coming from the side, so when you're standing in this position, it's gonna be pulling you across the body. So Melissa's going to show you guys 6 repetitions. We're going to do a drop. Setup is going to be really important. So as we talked about in the other videos, if you haven't watched the other videos, go back and watch them. So we're going to give you intra-set stretching protocol for every body part. For this one, it's really important when you set up that you just prevent any extraneous movement. So everybody has lateral raises and they get the swingy thing happening. What we're going to do is we're going to drive our feet through the ground so our lower body can't move. We're going to lock our abs in place. And Melissa's literally just going to go iron cross and down, iron cross and down. Nothing's going to move. There's not going to be any external rotation. Just locking that body in place to really isolate the delt muscle. We're going to make sure we keep 40 seconds on average of maximum continual tension. So let me show you how. Let's show me how.
Probably start with a really light weight because it's such a small muscle. It doesn't take very much here, right?
Right. Good. We're going to do 6. Yep. We're going to cross them. Try that one. Okay. So stay focused. Tight abs, tall chest. Drive your feet into the floor so your legs are locked in stone. Good. Strong wrist, strong grip on those handles. So I don't want you to come across your body. I want you to keep your arms relatively straight. Go ahead, come down. And you're coming to there. So, yep. That's as far as the delt can go. Coming across the body just can actually stretch the muscles that retract the scapula. Good. Do one more. Good, so now she's gonna come to that stretch position. So with this one, it's really important that you keep your lats wide and your chest tall. Go ahead, come down. That's, yep, come down, come down, come down. Good, you can actually let them kind of come across your body. Good, so here I don't mind if this stretches a little bit. Pull that, hold that back. Good, so let it, yep, there we go. So what we don't want it to do is we don't want to rest it against the side of your body. Do you find like you're kind of resting against the side of your body? Okay, so let's just let it roll in front. Let your shoulders roll forward. Good, step back a little bit so the weight's not hitting down. Perfect, right there. So by letting her arms kind of come in front like this, she's going to maximize the stretch on her shoulders. You feel that stretching a little bit? Good. So all we're trying to do is increase the amount of stretch between here and here. So all we're doing is having those things pull in that direction. You guys can see that cable pulling her that way. Good. Now let's try another 6 with that weight. Strong. Tight abs. Drive the legs. 1. Good. 2. She's going to try to minimize any extraneous movement at that scapula. 3, 4, 5. One more. So what this is doing, guys, so let's stretch again. Let's drive those arms forward. So what this is doing, think about this. All that muscle knows is tension and torque, right? So by increasing the amount of tension, even when it's in a stretch position, because it's still loaded, those muscles are still firing. Those muscles are still really trying to contract. They're creating a tremendous amount of intramuscular damage, which is going to increase satellite cell proliferation to that muscle, and then theoretically, and now proven in science, increase what's called hyperplasia, which means the development of new muscle cells. And she'll, as you can tell by the look at her face, she's trying to be stone-faced, but it's uncomfortable, it hurts. And it'll build a tremendous amount of muscle. So during my competitive career, it was my #1 tool for adding muscle to weak body parts as fast as possible. Good, that's great.
So same protocol also with this. She's doing about 8 reps. Yep. You would typically do 3 to 4 drop sets.
It's important to realize, and I said this in other videos, but you can't do this for every exercise. It has to be very specific exercises, which we teach you in the program. Certain ones just won't get you the proper stretch, or certain ones won't be safe. So this is obviously, if you're putting a muscle into a maximum stretch loaded, could potentially be dangerous. So certain ones we completely avoid.
I would think almost all compound movements, right? Basically, is there any compound movements? You mostly do isolation and stuff.
Yeah, we could make a deadlift work.
Okay.
Stiff legged deadlift.
Okay, I could see that.
If we do it properly. But again, your execution is so important that if you're doing anything even a little bit wrong, or you shift tension onto the wrong muscle, you're not going to get the stretch where you want it to go. So the simple things like letting Melissa roll her scapula forward is a big thing, and making sure we're actually getting the stretch where we want it and not just resting.
Right, especially for safety reasons too, because I think, I mean, I saw what you did to me today. So today we had a chance, Ben and I worked out, and he did some of this stuff with me. And I mean, if you had some really heavy weight, or we're doing like a movement like a squat.
Well, you wouldn't use a max load, right? I mean, I wouldn't do it as your first exercise for most people. Do it as toward the end of your workout, like, third, fourth exercise in where you're just really trying to, put the final touches on that workout.
Right, because you're taking it pretty much to failure end zone, right?
Yeah.
Listen, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys subscribe and share. Also, top right-hand corner of the screen, if you guys are looking for more information on Ben's program, you can click the link above.